How did you go to London, England? How did you end up there?
So right before my fight in February, at the Hershey Center, I ended up meeting Amir Khan.
Oh, cool.
Right, he came to Combat Arts at the gym that I was training.
Don't forget to speak in the mic, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Still getting used to this.
It's all good, man.
But let me just fix this.
Yeah, fix whatever you want.
So I ended up meeting Amir Khan, and we connected at that time. And one thing led to another. I ended up connecting with his uncle, who was his manager. Right,
he's
Taz Khan. Yeah. So the plan was to get some fights in England, but obviously, boxing in boxing, nothing ever works out the way.
Something went south.
Something always goes south in boxing. Nothing. Everybody has a plan.
Yeah.
Until they either get hit or something happens, and that's what happened to me. Like, England was a good experience, but it was not something that I would, wish on anybody. Like, I came there, I was promised accommodation, like money and stuff. I get there, I have nothing.
Okay.
And luckily, I have lots of friends there, who gave me a place to stay. And then
right.
Also my buddy Hamzah Sheeraz, who's actually he's Amir Khan's cousin.
Yeah.
I ended up meeting him,
and he's a prospect right now, right?
Oh yeah, he's the real deal.
Yeah, because my friends also talk about him as well. My friend Noman is actually, a huge fan of his, so I'm definitely, keeping my eye on him.
He's gonna go far. Like, I'm telling you, like, I sparred with him too, even when he was 18 years old. And obviously he's a lot taller and he's a lot bigger, but that guy's jab is gonna hurt some people. Yeah, and he's developed it now, and he's a dangerous guy. Like, anybody at 154 pounds, my money is on Hamzah Sheeraz.
Oh, you think? Okay, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's a beast.
So so you met him? And
I met him and his family. Like, they treated me like their own. I ended up, we were sharing the same room, me and Hamzah. While I was training, and I was training with his trainer at the time. What's his name? Lenny Butcher, over at 5-Star Boxing Club in Romford. Or is it Romfield? Yeah, right near Ilford, England. And we were training, like, they helped me for my fight. I came to England without a trainer as well, right? The way I got the fight too, because I was promised that I had a fight. But when I got to England on May 13th, 2017, there was no fight. So I'm like, I spent my own money getting here. Like, there's no way I'm gonna go back to Canada without a fight. So I ended up, messaging on Instagram. I messaged Mickey Elliott. I'm like, hey, I'm a fighter from Canada. I'm 4-0. I need a fight here. Like, how does it work on your show? Like, I don't care about paying. I'll do it. How many tickets do I have to sell? And he's like, oh, perfect. We can give you. We have a 4-rounder available for you. And can you sell tickets? I said, let me know how many tickets I have to sell. So I ended up selling like about 40 or 50. I don't remember exactly, but it was about... That's
a huge amount, especially if you're out of your own, like...
Yeah, 60-pound tickets. They're no joke. They're really expensive.
And you're not from London.
Yeah, I was lucky. I have lots of friends there and a good support there too.
Right, because there's a community there as well.
Yeah, and I ended up going to mosques as well, Afghan community. Yeah. Different... Like, I hustled those tickets.
Damn, that's a great experience in terms of, like, to know how the business works. Because a lot of people don't know that boxers actually, especially at the beginning of their career, they're supposed to sell their tickets. That's how the business works.
It's different. Like, in the States, when people do get signed to a promoter, the promoter doesn't really make them sell tickets. The promoter invests the money, gets them the fights, make sure that all they have to do is train. Some guys don't got it that lucky, but most of the, like the Golden Boy, like the big companies, that's what they do for their fighters. And then they build them up, and that's when they cash in, right? Like, the average fighter, from my understanding, is it's about a $300,000 investment to get to a world title, right?
Sounds about right.
But everywhere else, I feel like England is actually doing a pretty good job as well with that. They're starting to invest in their fighters. Like, Matchroom's doing a good job. Box Nation or Frank Warren is doing a good job. Like, with Hamzah, they've done a very amazing job. He's already a European champion, and he turned pro after me. Right. So
the fight basically happened in London. Yeah. And so that's good. Like, so you actually took the destiny in your own hands, and
I was the promoter. I was the matchmaker. I was everything. I chose my opponent. I said, I'll fight this guy, and. It was the first round wasn't good, but I ended up overcoming it and great. Ended up winning on points.